الحكم نو فير ريفري نو فير ظلم مبين وواضح بيضيع مجهود بلد كاملة من أول الماتش. هو جاي علينا مش هينفع نخرج كده كسبانين 2-0 أرجنتين. بطولة موجهة.
On July 7th, 2026, 90 minutes of football broke something that took decades to build. Egypt was leading Argentina 2-0. The defending world champions were 11 minutes from going home. And then, one decision changed everything. Rewind a little. It's the round of 16 at the World Cup, Atlanta Stadium, and Egypt is playing the game of their lives. Mostafa Zico scores. He rips his shirt off. The stadium erupts. Then the video assistant referee steps in, minutes later, and finds a foul in the build-up that nobody on the pitch had called. Goal cancelled. Even the match commentators said the decision seemed beyond VAR's normal reach. Egypt still fought to 2-0. Then the collapse. Argentina scores in the 79th minute. Messi equalizes 4 minutes later. And in stoppage time, moments after Egypt screamed for a foul on Mohamed Salah that never came, Enzo Fernandez scores the winner. 3-2, Egypt out. Egypt's coach said his team was cheated. He suggested the referee was under pressure to keep Argentina in the tournament. The Egyptian Football Association filed a formal protest, calling out what it described as improper use of VAR. FIFA's refereeing chief, Pierluigi Collina, pushed back hard. A foul is a foul, he said. Whether the referee saw it or not, maybe he's right. Maybe every single call was technically correct. But here's the problem. Nobody was judging that match in isolation, because just one day earlier, something almost unbelievable had happened.
Balogun getting a red card in his last match. He was sent off against Bosnia and Herzegovina. He got a straight red. The referee decided that he had stepped on a Bosnian player's ankle. So, Team USA's top striker was given his marching orders. But now, that decision has been reversed. Why? Apparently, because of meddling by the American president. Yes, Donald Trump has inserted himself into the World Cup again, and arguably in the most direct way yet. Trump reportedly made 3 phone calls to FIFA. He told the global footballing body to undo the referee's decision. And what did FIFA do? It bent over backwards to accommodate the American president again. The decision has been met with outrage from across the footballing world.
United States President Donald Trump publicly said he called FIFA President Gianni Infantino and asked him to overturn a red card suspension for American striker Folarin Balogun before the USA versus Belgium match. And FIFA did it. The suspension was reversed. Balogun played. Belgium won 4-1 anyway, but that's not the point. The point is that millions of people watched a phone call rewrite the rules of the biggest tournament on earth. So when Egypt's goal got canceled the very next day, fans didn't ask, was that a foul? They asked who made that call and why. And when FIFA then appointed João Pinheiro, a referee fresh off his own debated handball reversal in the Champions League, to Argentina's quarterfinal, the internet didn't give him a clean slate. It gave him a criminal record. That's the strange thing about trust. FIFA has run World Cups for almost 100 years, billions of fans, and yet 1 week in July did more damage than decades of football built. Now here's where it gets personal, because your brain does the exact same thing in your own life. Think about a relationship. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, 1,000 honest days, then one lie, one deleted message, one story that doesn't add up, and suddenly you're not just doubting that one moment. You're rereading every text, re-examining every late night. The 1,000 honest days don't get a vote anymore. One bad call and years of trust are under review. Why? Why isn't trust fair? Why doesn't one betrayal just cost one betrayal's worth of trust? Psychologists call this trust asymmetry. Researcher Paul Slovic showed that trust is built slowly, through many small consistent acts, but destroyed quickly by a single violation. His work found that negative events are simply louder to your brain, more visible, more memorable, more diagnostic. One act of dishonesty tells you more about a person your brain believes than 100 acts of honesty. Trust climbs a staircase and falls in an elevator, and it gets worse. Once trust cracks, you stop seeing neutrally. In 1954, psychologists Albert Hastorf and Hadley Cantrell studied a brutal college football game between Dartmouth and Princeton. They showed the same film of the same game to students from both schools. Princeton students saw Dartmouth commit twice as many fouls as Dartmouth students saw. Same footage, same plays, two completely different games. Their eyes weren't lying. Their loyalty was editing the film in real time. That's what happened after Atlanta. Argentina fans watched that match and saw fair calls and a legendary comeback. Egyptian fans watched the same 90 minutes and saw a robbery. And that's what happens after a betrayal too. You and your partner can look at the same deleted message and see two totally different stories. Evolution built you this way for a reason. For your ancestors, misplacing trust could mean death. Trusting the wrong ally, sharing food with a cheater, turning your back on a traitor. So your brain evolved a simple rule. When in doubt, assume the worst and remember it forever. It kept your ancestors alive. It also means your brain treats one bad call like a pattern, even when it's an exception. So can broken trust be rebuilt? Yes, but not the way it was built the first time. Research on trust repair shows it takes consistency, plus transparency, plus time. And even then, the repaired version carries a scar. FIFA can't just referee the next match well. It has to referee the next 100 matches well in the open, while everyone watches for the next crack. And so can you. Whether you're the one who broke trust or the one deciding whether to give it back. On July 7th, 2026, 90 minutes of football broke something that took decades to build. But maybe it was never really about football. Maybe it was about the oldest question your brain knows how to ask. Can I still trust you? So what do you think? Was Egypt cheated, or is your brain editing the film? Drop your take in the comments. If you really like the work, do subscribe and support the channel. And if there's a question that's been quietly bugging you, a daily, why you want answered, tell me below. I read everyone. Until then, stay curious. I'll be back soon with another why. Hey, you are still here. That's great. Watch the next Curious Why video. Also subscribe if you like the work. Thank you for watching.